Hi class, welcome to the start of week 4. Since we are starting our 4th week of class just past the halfway point, I thought I would touch base about the summative assessment that's due this week. So this week we are going to be completing our second summative assessment in class, and what we're asking you to do is to identify the providers that treat each of the 4 body systems that we are learning about. So you will identify the main providers who treat the cardiovascular, respiratory, gastrointestinal, and the urinary systems. You can just identify one provider if you want, but in order to earn all of the points available, try to list at least 2 or more providers and describe what they do for each of these body systems. We're also asking you to discuss how a patient could identify the best provider for them. So what steps would you take to choose a provider that maybe you aren't already seeing? How do you pick the differences, etc.? So be sure that you're including 2 outside peer review or scholarly sources. Format them per APA guidelines at the end of your newsletter. Also, make sure that you're putting the information into your own words. So SafeAssign will check your submission when you turn it in, and we need it to be less than 50%. So half the information should be in your own words. Also, please be sure that you're not posting a link to the assignment, but rather you are posting your work as an attachment. And this is what allows SafeAssign to evaluate it. So hopefully I've answered all the questions you have. One big question I often get is, do you need to add on to the newsletter that you created last time, or can you start from scratch? So it's completely up to you. I don't have a preference either way. If you start from scratch, that will help the similarity index stay low. SafeAssign is smart, but it's not smart enough to know that you are the student that has previously submitted any work. So if you add on to your newsletter that you submitted in week 2, the system might think it's already been submitted once before and flag it. So usually I can tell. I do go in and do my due diligence to make sure the information I'm getting is accurate. So normally I can tell if it's the same work that you submitted on week 2 and you just added on. So I wouldn't worry too much about it, but that's completely up to you. I also wanted to mention that this week is Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. You are not expected to be in the classroom on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, or Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. So don't worry about participation on those 2 days. I also will not be on the classroom on those 2 days. However, you are still expected to adhere to the participation requirements of 1 response to my discussion question and 2 replies to classmates. So even though we're not asking you to participate in class on Thursday or Friday, you do still need to meet the minimum participation requirements. If you have questions about that, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family, and I will be around to answer any questions that you have. Thanks.